Hello, everyone. This is Adam from End of Unconsciousness. Today, I'm going to have a video. Today's topic is going to be about sleep. What is it? Why do we have to sleep? And so on. So, without further ado, we'll get into the topic, right? So, I'll do a little intro though before I get into the topic of sleep. Imagine for a moment, I want to start with the concept of the eternal or God or the all or that is, whatever you want to call it, right? Now imagine you're an eternal being that is, knows everything, is all aware, all powerful, all knowing, and you're in this your own little reality bubble, right? What would you want to experience, right? You would want to experience the illusion of separation, of not being all powerful, adversity, right? So you would create, if you were, just think about it, if you were God for a moment, right? What's something that God may experience? Well, he may feel lonely if he's like the only being, he doesn't have anyone to relate to, right? Which is why I do believe that creation occurred. If not, then nothing would exist. Everything would just be the void. The all will be in the void all the time, and that will be all, right? But obviously, there was something lacking, and that's where creation came in order to experience camaraderie, right? To feel like you're not alone in the whole universe. You're not the only mind. I do believe, though, that the reality is all mine. It's that the consciousness is fundamental, right? So, as a God being, right, well, you create, right? The Bible. If you go by the Bible story, you have the Adam, Eve, male, female, right? The first polarity, separation of the sexes. And you go so on, you create the animals, you create all these different things. I do believe that originally in the beginning, Earth was meant to be more of a game, something fun, right, to experience eternity. People can argue, oh, well, what is Earth, right? Is it a prison? Is it a game? Is it a play? Is it a movie? What is it? And people have different opinions. I do believe that originally it was meant to be something fun. But based on my experience, there is a parasitical creature, if you want to call it like a parasite or a virus that has infected this game, that was originally meant to be fun. And it's now more of a negative base type reality, right? You look around, the suffering, the lack, hunger, things like that are all going war, things that are going on in the world, all point to some sort of parasitical creature that is overseeing the reality. So, to go off in the sleep, the topic of sleep that I wanted to really touch base on, I just wanted to give that little introduction. So when we sleep, what's going on, right? Most of us, we sleep, 6 to 8 hours a day. But what's going on in the background, right? We're unconscious. We don't know what's going on. It's, they say that the experts that, we're going through different cycles, non-REM, eventually we hit REM sleep and so on. And we go through cycles throughout the night, right? I do believe, though, based on my experience, that the parasites that are controlling the reality, that the earth has turned into some sort of lush form where consciousness or the consciousness of God is essentially being harvested by these dark entities that do not have the ability to create, right? But the only way that they can create is pseudo creation through harvesting of consciousness of God fractals, right? God beings that have the ability to do it. But they do it, through collective. As a collective, we do have the ability to create. They do it through our unconsciousness, and a lot of that is through sleep, right? We sleep 6 to 8 hours a day. It's a long time for a parasite type creature to harvest energy, reprogram us. and try to create a reality that suits our needs, right? So one thing with sleep, though, I mean, parasitical, right? Now, we as a human species, we we do consume meat. We eat other species, right? Which to me is something that I do hope that we do get beyond. I do know that in the beginning, the it was necessary, and people back in the thousands of years ago, even hundreds of years ago, they had to consume meat because they didn't have the ways to for agriculture production. But now we've reached the point where we have all the means that we need to be a vegetarian or vegan species. So that's something that I do endorse, and everyone, if you can. It does help to end this paradigm, because I realize this myself, that it is a little hypocritical if I'm attacking a parasite or a predator type species, and myself, I was eating meat, right? So I was being that to the animal, right? Imagine from the point of view of an animal now, right? You have like a turkey, right, for example, and you take care of that turkey, but that turkey is going to be the Thanksgiving meal, right? So you are basically the predator to that turkey. That turkey doesn't know anything about that, right? It just thinks you're a caretaker, but you take care of it, right? Because you do want that turkey to be a good meal. Same thing with the overseers of the reality. They do have to give people certain things, certain luxuries, things to keep them at bay, that keep them entertained, sports, movies, and things like that, in order for people to not basically revolt, right? But that is something that we as a society, we need to have a collective awakening, that we are more than the physical flesh, the avatars that we inhabit. We are God beings, right? God fractals, I believe, and we'll have our own individual skills that we can provide to the world. So sleep again, I've started incorporating different in order to avoid programming of these parasite creatures, basically reprogramming and tapping into your mind. I've started doing naps throughout the days, hour and a half, 2 hours. It does. That's the limit before you hit REM sleep, which I do believe that REM is a lot of how they control you, right? They push programs, updates each night through REM sleep, which was, I believe, REM. I was doing some research the other day. It was discovered, I believe, in the mid 50s. Don't quote me on that, but I believe around that time, which is around the time that the 50s, in my opinion, was the last great decade of the US. After that, it started to decay. I believe that the programming of the parasite really hit another level once they were able to program us during REM sleep at night. So I started incorporating that. I recommend everyone to do that hour and a half, 2 hours, multiple naps throughout the day to avoid a parasite being able to tap into you and reprogram you. I'll just go a little bit longer here. I don't want to make these videos too long. But yeah, just wanted to give that little introduction on sleep. Be on the lookout. I will be making. I'll try to make more videos here, different topics throughout, I'll be discussing here. But just if you want to put a comment on the video, what's your view? Do you think what is Earth? What is unconsciousness? What are we here to do? Drop a comment. I want to start a discussion and get everyone involved. But yeah, that's it. I want to keep it short, sweet. Thank you all for watching, and y'all have a great rest of your day. Thank you.